Yo, 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 yo. Once again, you know who it is, man. It's Baby Gas.
And Mrs.Traphours.
And you are tuned in to the Saying What You Want podcast. What's going on, man? What's going on? Real quick, we just want to send thank yous right quick.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Like I always say, the interactions have been great.
Crazy.
More and more of you guys are tuning in. So thank you guys so much for the support and sharing the clips on Instagram as well.
Yeah, they were definitely tuned into them comments on the last week's podcast, huh? Trying to get the win for the giveaway. Matter of fact, we should pick the winner for that before we get started.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
All right, look, so check this out. We're going to go ahead and just pull up. We'll do it different this time. I know last time we went ahead and did the spinning wheel. So this time we'll have you pick. We're just going to go ahead.
Wow, thanks. Pressure.
Pressure. All right, so we'll go ahead and just pull up the comments right quick. And we just need you to scroll down. We just need you to scroll and randomly pick one.
Okay.
Just scroll and randomly pick one. Thank you to everybody though that dropped the comment. And we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, everybody that's been sharing us, liking us, commenting, all of that, man. All matters. We appreciate that. Once again, if you are watching right now, subscribe to Trap Hours TV. Make sure you click the notifications button. You know how these algorithms work. You find somebody?
Yes, I got one.
All right, who is it?
Chris Ace.
Let me see.
Spelled Kriz Ace.
Chris Ace. All right. Well, Chris Ace. Chris Ace. We'll go ahead and pop the name on the screen if you're viewing. If you're listening to us, once again, Chris Ace. Make sure you tap in for your prize. We will give you about 2 days after this podcast drops.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep. So if you don't reach out after that, we'll have to pick a new winner. So once again, Chris Ace, you just won the Trap Hours Way street sign, signed by yours truly, Mrs. Trap Hours and El Gordo Mamon. It was good. We got some for them though. We'll go ahead and get to that here in a little bit. But how you feeling today?
I'm feeling all right. I didn't really feel like filming today, to be honest.
I mean, you don't feel like filming anytime.
No, but today, I don't know. I just felt kind of icky today.
Well, you already know today's episode is sponsored by El Jefe, Tequila, and Trap Hours merch. I think we have, not all the way matching, but we matching by the patch.
Yeah.
You feel me? So Trap Hours merch, man. We appreciate everybody that tuned in and grabbed yourself one of these Traps the Bear sweaters. We highly appreciate that. They are now sold out. We're getting ready for our summer drop. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that.
I'm excited for the summer drop.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm excited to just travel and go to these different cities and states and hopefully countries to kind of spread the brand and see who will be rocking it by the end of the year. That's kind of what I look forward to right there. But yeah, today's a little different. Obviously, we're back at our crib. If you
Yes.
have you watched the first 5 episodes, you'll see that this is the first location I think we did, which is one of our dining room areas. So, today's episode we wanted to do things a little different. A lot of people have been seeing the guests that we've had been coming on. We want to make sure that we kind of limit the guests to maybe like twice a month because a lot of people have been liking the conversations between me and you by ourselves as well.
Yes.
So we want to go ahead and continue that. Today's that day. We're back home. We're chilling. Our kids are asleep. It's that time.
We don't have to drive hecka far after this.
Oh yeah, because when we do pull up on guests, we be turned driving back home though. It's cool. I ain't tripping.
Which reminds me about being turned. We didn't take our shot before the show like we normally do.
Oh damn, we normally do that.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a busy ass day.
I know.
It's been a busy ass day. I think I spent my whole morning, today with the cleanup crew. Shout out to the cleanup crew. We actually spent like 5-6 hours working on the in-home studio. If
I
that's
know
what
you
call it.
guys were going in today. I thought you guys were only going to do the frame. And when I went back out there, it was like damn near almost finished.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But the guys, they just want to work, so we're like, fuck it. But once again, cheers.
Cheers.
To another episode. Markel, cheers back there. Even though we didn't give him no shot back there, that's fucked up.
I know. Ooh, got heck of lipstick on my gut.
Oh shit. All right, damn. Well, I had to get the warm one. I think you got
Oh,
the.
you drank the whole thing?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I
Hell no.
only
I
drank
poured like 2 shots in there.
Okay.
I gotta take it slow. Take it slow. But okay, so let's dive into this. Today's episode, I wanted to just kind of communicate on a whole different level right now.
Okay.
I know people like the funny shit, right? I think we
Of
just
course.
most of the time we don't even try. It's just us having a conversation. But today I want to talk about a couple things that people have been bringing up to my attention. I think people really love to see the process. I love to see our own process. Trust me. When I look back at things from years ago and see us now, I mean, it's just a dope ass thing to
Even
just.
from the older podcast that we had first started, the he said, she said.
Oh man, that was
Oh
wild.
my gosh.
That was wild. I mean, it was wild in the sense of the way that we filmed it. We had this ugly ass yellow backdrop you had picked.
No, because I had suggested that we order another one. You're like, no, it's fine.
Whose backdrop was it?
It was mine, but you technically picked it. I wanted to get another one, and you were like, no, this one's good.
What you mean? You ordered that Pikachu ass background that we had.
For something completely different.
Yeah, but the point is that
The point is, I didn't pick it. He picked it.
look, see, but that's that right there though. Because if we wait till you order a new one, till we get a new one,
Amazon Prime. It would have came next day.
things get delayed.
It would have
Things
came
don't
next
happen.
day.
Nah. You're so full of shit. No, we didn't even have Amazon Prime.
Yes, we did.
Nah, I know we did it.
Yes, we did.
Nah.
Yes, we did.
Look, I ain't talking about no motherfucking Amazon Prime right now. First of all, they ain't cut me no check to be talking about no goddamn Amazon anything.
Anyways, go on.
So anyway, back to what we were saying though. Today's subject I want to touch on is evolution. How people can evolve from one person to another. You know what I mean? And I think that both of us have done really well at that. You know what I mean? And kind of like becoming, a better version of ourselves. And I think we spend time like behind the scenes trying to figure out. You're a fan of turtles. Do turtles?
I love turtles.
Do turtles shed skin? Do they shell? Like, do they get like a new skin like snakes do or not?
Not that I know of.
I don't think you know enough then.
No, I probably don't.
Okay, for sure. Well,
I still love them though, and stop using plastic straws. I'm just saying.
I'm using my plastic straw. I'm just making
That's
sure.
messed up.
I throw it to the garbage. Everything else not my job. Got to get it recycled correctly. That's not my job. You know what I mean? I throw it in the garbage. The other people supposed to do the rest. I apologize if it ends up in the wrong place. But the reason I even mentioned the turtle was just because I think I was trying to make like a metaphor reference, and it didn't really work out. So we're just gonna say that the topic is evolution, becoming a better version of yourself.
Okay.
So obviously in the introduction episode, we talked a little bit about where we come from, what we do, how we met. Actually, is the main thing that we spoke about on that episode. But I really want to talk about like where we come from, what it took for us to get here. Right? So before you was Mrs.Traphours, right? Let's take it back to like your younger years.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to, but okay.
Let's take it back to your ratchet days.
Okay.
Nah, but let's take it back to your younger years though. Maybe like high school, middle school, the upcoming of you. Like, tell us a little bit about yourself. What does that look like? I don't know you from that time, so was your life good? Was there a struggle? Like, tell us a little bit about.
Let's see.
This is me interviewing you now.
Okay. Elementary school was cool. 6th grade is where I can say I made like bad decisions. And when I say bad decisions, I mean
Oh, you was a thought.
I was not a thought in 6th grade, okay?
She said not in 6th grade, later on in life.
Anyways.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I would say 6th grade is probably where it took a bit of a turn for me. And that's just as far as like choosing my friends.
Okay.
So at that point, I decided to be a little follower.
So it was your friends. It wasn't at home. Home was good.
No, home was good. Home didn't change until about high school.
Okay.
So elementary school, that's when the friends started. I just started picking bad friends, trying to keep up with the crowd, the popular kids. I just wanted to be in the mix, right? Um, Junior high, same thing. You know, the type of friends I was hanging out with. Home was still okay. It wasn't until high school it took a bit of a turn when me and my dad stopped speaking for almost 2 years.
Okay.
So that for me, I had my daddy issues for
So
a
you had an
while.
internal struggle,
Yeah, I had an internal
not like a
struggle.
financial struggle or anything like
No.
that. It was an internal emotional struggle you were going through.
Yes.
Okay. And then how you deal? I mean, how'd you overcome that? You feel like that? Did that make you? Did that break you? What did it do to you?
Well, now that I'm older, ooh, I think I dropped something. But now that I'm older and I can like kind of analyze like the younger me during that time, it affected me in the sense of I was now seeking attention like from men. I like needed the attention. Like I just had these major daddy issues. I didn't have him
And
for
when
a
you say
while.
from men because you were in high school.
Oh yeah, boys.
Okay, okay. I'm just
Not
making. See, I thought we was about to get to some out of pocket shit right now.
no.
I'm like, hold the fuck on. We're gonna have to
No.
vote your ass out this podcast. You being a high schooler talk about looking for men attention. You sound
No.
like, man, we got the
After
next Aisha Curry over here.
no, after that I definitely looked for a lot of like boy attention for those 2 years that he was absent.
Now, tell me why is that though? Like, what makes you think that boy attention can replace your dad?
I don't know, man. I was just like, I don't know where the fuck my head was at. I just stopped talking to my dad and it was just like more like,
Who wants to be friends with me?
who wants to be my boyfriend? You know?
Oh, shit like that? Oh, damn. I ain't never seen somebody turn into a thought because their dad was gone.
No, but if dad was around, my thought ass probably wouldn't be as much of a thought. Um, but no, that took a huge toll on me, and it's something that I actually still deal with today, and something I actually still haven't even spoken to him about. You know, me and my dad do speak now. You know, we're on good terms. He's a great grandpa, but I haven't sat down with him to really talk to him like how it's kind of fucked up. I missed you, man. Like
It was 2 years.
I know, but it was 2 years. Like
Shit, there's people out here whose dad never came, went to go get some milk, never came back.
that's true. That's true, and I'm not knocking that, but we're talking about like my personal experience.
Nah, I understand. I was just playing.
Oh well,
Nah,
sometimes you can be serious.
Nah, I definitely understand though. I mean, the reason I asked that question is because we're obviously trying to find out like what made you today, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. Like to me, I guess to me that it was like completely the opposite. It was like a mixture of different struggles. Both your parents were born here, right? Like in the United
Yes.
States. Okay, so I think like that was some of the struggles for me. Was not only was it a financial struggle, my parents weren't from here, you know, didn't have the most support. My dad was out of my life probably, I say since I was like 5. Was incarcerated since I was like 5 for like the next 20 years of my life. So I guess the struggle for me was at school, it was definitely not the friends, because I found like broke or not, I was never the type of person to just sit in the corner and hope that people like me. I don't give a fuck. My broke ass was that one. You know what I mean?
See,
Like
and that was my problem.
I
Like I
had that.
just wanted people to like me.
Yeah, I had the same attitude when I was broke that I have now. Just make sure that I always know how to like walk with confidence, make sure I keep my head up, never let people know that I'm doing bad, even though sometimes it was obvious. I was that type of kid in school that I didn't have like all the fresh clothes. I didn't have like all the newest kicks that came out. You know what I mean? I was like, I just had enough, right? My mom was a single mom. She cleaned houses, things like that. So, when you see me in high school, I wasn't the freshest kid. I probably have like some white tees, black hoodie, gray hoodie, one pair of shoes. You know what I mean? So my struggle, I guess, was a little different. That's kind of what like where it all began for me. Was like what makes me now was that little bit of struggle. Every day I wake up trying to win more and more, and I remember the days that I didn't have shit, and when people looked at me like I wasn't shit. Now, people never treated me like I wasn't shit because, like I said, I always kept a certain type of demeanor no matter what. And I've always demanded respect from people. But, behind closed doors, behind my back, I'm sure people looked at me a certain way because I always wore the same hoodie, always had the same shoes. You know what I mean? So, we just want to get into about how we got here, how we evolved to get here, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there listening. I get messages all the time. You get messages all the
I
time.
do.
How can someone elevate? And not necessarily elevate in the sense of like I was broke before, now I'm rich. But just elevate to like a better version of yourself. Like you said, wasn't financially struggling. So we both have like a different background, but we both evolved in some type of way. We're
Yes.
not the same person that we was in high school. We're not the same person from 10 years ago. So a lot of people wonder how, right? And I'm sure, it's crazy. I'm not sure if I'm tuning my own horn here, but it's crazy that the possibility that somebody that we went to high school with, middle school with, elementary school with might even be watching our podcast.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure. I get like a lot of DMs, comments from people that like went to school with me before that like didn't talk to me before and like now want to talk
and
to
how does
me
that
now.
make you feel?
Some of them it's like mixed. Some of them like I was cool with, we weren't like best friends, but like we talked during class and stuff like that. And then I had some people that like you used to talk shit about me, and now you want to be my friend.
So what's your response to
Interesting.
that? You let him in?
No,
Okay. Oh shit. I was just
I
asking.
don't. I just like I keep it moving. Like I acknowledge it. Like, oh, you see, I'm cool, man. I was cool then too, but then again,
She
I
said,
also
"I'm cool, man."
but also now that I'm older, I like to take responsibility of like my actions during that time too. Maybe I looked like a snotty little bitch because I think back like the type of friends I was hanging out with, and people say you are who you hang around with. Like maybe that automatically was like that's why they didn't like me or why they talk shit about me. Maybe it was my surroundings,
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah.
But
You're absolutely right about that because I think there was a lot of people that I overlooked in school that I wish I would have been friends with. Because now those same people are now probably doing some great shit in life that we have to kind of go through the other way now to get in touch with those people. But I think to me it's somewhat the same thing. Matter of fact, this a quick story time. I had some people that, I've had people that used to dislike me that reach out to me. I even had females that was on that same hype. Like I said, when I was in high school, I mean, I wasn't the freshest. I was lightweight grimy, if I'm being honest. So there was like, certain females that I try to hop on that they were a little more like, the I don't know what you would call them, but they had some money. You know what I
okay.
mean? So like when I try to like, spit my game, whatever it was, I just wasn't jock enough for them or whatever you'd call it, right?
Okay.
Nigga didn't have the right chicken. You know what I mean? So um, I had a few bitches turn me down. I'm not even gonna sit here in front. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I remember that I was at a show, and at this time, it's a big ass show to me. And I'm at a show, and then I had somebody reach out to me, call me. Matter of fact, and it's crazy.
Whoa, called you?
Yeah, called me, and it was some bitch that fucking turned me down back in high school and shit. And I'm literally in the parking garage. You feel me? Feeling hella good, like nigga about to go kill this show. I'm out of state. I'm doing some of the biggest shit I had did in my life at the time, and the bitch gonna call me and shit, talk about how you doing. I already kind of like felt
He's
where this.
doing great. He's with me.
Oh
Go
shit.
on.
I can't take your ass serious. Nah, for real. So at the time you wasn't around, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have been answering the phone. But
Yeah, good answer.
chill. I got my way with words. So listen, so I get the phone call, I pick up, she's like, hey, how you been? And I already kind of like, I'm just like, yeah. She's like kind of like, yeah, it's been a while since we spoken, and I'm just like, oh, I saw where this was going. You see me popping, bitch. You feel me? So I hit her with the, hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, though, I'm on tour right now, and I'm actually on my way into a show. And then second of all, me and you don't even speak. So for one, I don't even know why you still got my number. For two, it ain't even good like that. You know what I mean? It's just not. I'm not the type of person that was like, ooh, now I'm popping, now I could pop this bitch or something. Nah. It was like, nah, you ain't fuck with me back then. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Straight up, for real. It was that type of hype to
What
me.
did Mike Jones say? Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Uh-huh. What's the number? What's the number?
Oh, I don't know. I just
It
know
was
it's
like
like 330-8004.
Yeah, 281
Okay.
330. Yeah, okay. Just had to test your shit right quick. But nah, yeah, I think that it's a very common thing. And matter of fact, now that I look at it, and this isn't to everybody, there is some people that I went to school with that maybe we weren't the best of friends, and now they're fans of what I do. Man, I appreciate you guys. It's just the fake shit to me. Like,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I had a nigga in high school whose ass I beat, over an umbrella. I was one of them.
Over an
Hold
umbrella?
on, listen. I was one of them ghetto niggas that used to just be popping umbrellas open in the middle of the hallway and shit. You feel me? And some nigga just ended up tripping. I had to beat his ass in front of my science class. I fired on him in front of my science class. Long story short, they broke it up. Bruh got his ass whooped. I fired on him over my fucking umbrella because he was tripping on me opening my shit. Years later, the nigga sends me a big ass fucking message. You know what I mean? Like, yo, just want to let you know, bruh, it's all love. Send mines. We had some issues. And this isn't the first person that I had issues with that reached out to me. Just let you know, man, it ain't issues no more. Whoopty whoop. And, the grown me is like, man, that's high school shit. I don't even know why the fuck you even hitting me about this hype.
Yeah.
That ain't even a problem no more. But then a little bit of pet of me, like, nigga, fuck you. You feel me? It's still fuck you. But, it's all love, though. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's all love to all the
Fuck you,
people.
but it's all love. Okay.
Yeah, nah, for real. But, before we do continue, man, you already know who this episode is sponsored by. Let them know.
El Jefe and Trap Hours merch.
Yeah, so make sure you grab yourself some El Jefe tequila on winesnip.com. Grab yourself a bottle. Go to traphours.com. Keep up with our drops right now. I think we're currently sold out, which is a good problem.
Yes.
Also, now that we just stopped the conversation for quite a second, stop this video right quick. Drop a like, drop a comment. Hit the like button, drop a comment. We got a new giveaway for y'all, man. We already gave the giveaway from earlier away. We got a new giveaway for y'all. Can we get that giveaway back there? We're going to let them know what we giving away today. Once again, it's a Trap Hours canvas. Dope-ass Trap Hours canvas painted by yours truly. Nah.
I was about to say, no, he did not.
Nah, my guy Nasty. My guy Nasty Nate painted this, dope ass painting. We've had it for some time now.
I was just about to say, we've had these for a while.
Yes, definitely. But I think somebody deserves it on their wall. Real supporter. We'll go ahead and autograph it. Me and you will pick one person from the comments. So once again, make sure you comment. Make sure you hit the like. We will be picking somebody from the comments. Stop the video right now and do so. Stop the audio. And don't forget, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget about our Trap Hours TV membership. Only $4.99.
Yep.
Got a couple perks. Early access, music videos, podcast episodes.
And drop some hourglasses in the comments if you love me.
Oh, shit. Drop some hourglasses for Mrs. Trap Hours. I just want to let you know I had the hourglass first. You know what I mean? You kind of like came into my life and took it from me. But I'm going to let you live, though. But back to the evolution, though.
Yes.
Back to where we are now, right? I feel like a lot of people that are new to barely watching us, barely discovered us, they probably think like, damn, them niggas got it. And I don't think they really understand like where we came from. Once again, not necessarily only from a financial struggle, but emotional struggles, mental struggles, things
I
like
was a
that.
mess, you guys.
Yeah, yeah, you were. When we first met, we both were messes.
I don't even know how you like wanted anything to do with me. I was a mess.
Yeah, okay. Let me. That's funny that you said that,
I
right?
always say this to him too. Like I was a hot mess.
Okay, so I put you on. I put you on to a little quote of mine that you used in a picture recently, and I think I don't know if you remember what that quote was.
Recently?
Yeah, you. It was a picture of both me and you used it. It was something I've told you right from the very beginning. I think that a lot of people make their mistakes by roaming around dating, looking for love,
Mm-hmm.
and then looking for loyalty. Ever since we met, I have always told you that my concept has just the other way around. While other people find love and then look for the loyalty and the love, I actually look for the loyalty first. You know what I mean? So the relationship that we had obviously was a little different. You were loyal to me in so many ways before me and you were even a thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
when you say like, "Damn, I was a mess," but I was looking past all of that. I was looking past your personal issues. It was more about the loyalty, like how much you had my back when nobody else didn't. Right, and that's another part of the evolution, right? We talked to El Gordo Mamon last week, and he talked about how when you're down bad and your back is against the wall, these people leave you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we'll talk about that, like the hard part about evolving. You know what I mean? And I
Yes.
think that now that you're talking about the studio, it reminds me though because those were some of my lowest days too, man. I was definitely starting back from scratch. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I remember those days like that shit was yesterday. I remember myself in the studio overworking, sleeping in the studio, and it was all fun, when everybody was around. But when people left home, when people finally left the studio and there was nobody there but me, that's the moment that everything came to light. Like everything I was missing, everything I was missing out on, the people that weren't there. And I can't hold, you can't hold people accountable all the time for them not being there for you because they got a life of their own. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of reality passed by when I was living in the studio, though, for sure. I had a question. I had a couple questions here. Do you think that being a Gemini and having two personalities have saved you in your life through the struggles that you went through, like mental struggles, you know, um, maybe like depression, things like that. And the reason I ask that is the fact that one of your sides, one of your personalities knows how to put his foot down,
Mm-hmm.
stands tall, it's a little aggressive, chin up high. And then the other personality of you is like shy, you know what I mean? Kind of like the nicer you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like having those two personalities and being a Gemini, do you feel like that helped you survive or stay afloat all these years?
I definitely do.
Okay.
I have the shy me, and like you said, I have the other one that is just like chin held high. She puts her foot down. She will speak her mind, and yeah, I definitely when I needed her, she came out when I needed her. So, and I really needed her sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why I just randomly thought of that. I'm like, that's probably good, to have like two sides of the coin.
Hmm.
Maybe this side of the coin wasn't what people were expecting, and this side of the coin is what kind of came to light when it needed. You know what I mean? Um, Now, if you were to describe yourself at your lowest with one song, you know what I mean? If one song could describe your life when you were at your lowest, what do you think that song would be?
Um, I have I have two.
Okay. What is it?
One's in Spanish, and then I have an English one.
Okay. Tell us the
Um,
Spanish one first.
the Spanish one is called Caigo
Okay. By who?
by Albany.
By Albany.
Hmm.
Okay. And then what's the English one?
The English one is Saint Nobody by Jesse Reyes.
Okay. And what in that song describes you?
Which one?
On well, since our viewers mainly speak English, go ahead and do the Jesse Reyes one. What about that song catches your attention that describes you?
Well, in the song, she talks about, like, when you first hear the song, she talks about, I think about dying every day. And, other people think, like, that's not normal. You're not normal for thinking that way, for, thinking of you being lifeless.
Correct.
And then also in that song, she talks about how much she works. You know, I'm trying to like think of the lyrics so I could like best explain like what she's talking about. But she's talking about, I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank.
She went blank. She fucking went blank.
Sorry. No, but she
No,
just
but
talks
say the
about,
name one more time though, so people can listen
it's
to it.
called Saint Nobody by Jessie Reyes.
Saint Nobody by Jessie Reyes.
And let me tell you, that song, it hits for me.
Okay, for sure.
Definitely does.
I think for me, and this recently changed, and I got to give it up to you because, growing up, there was definitely some rock in my life, but it wasn't until you came into the picture and in the recent years, you listening to a lot of rock. I kind of like go back and, we're like 3-4 years apart, right? So some of the songs that you know by name, by heart, by lyrics, they kind of just click to me. Like I hear them and it's like a deja vu flashbacks just pop up, right? So for me, I think the song that best describes me when I was at my lowest right now at this moment, I would have to say it's the Ozzy Osbourne Under the Graveyard.
That's my shit.
Right. And the reason being is because he has, when it first starts off, he talks about like, today I woke up and I hate myself. Like death doesn't answer when I cry for help. And then he goes into talking to like, no high could save me from the depths of hell. And then he says, I'll drown my mind until I'm someone else. Right. And I think that really like really hit different for me because you're right. I mean, there was a point in time where I used to fucking be popping pills and not no pharmaceuticals. I used to be turned up on some ecstasy pills and I was like overworking myself and I was like occupying my mind. I was drowning my mind. Right, I was drowning my mind with work, with different thoughts, to where I kind of became somebody else. I was more like this productive person. Man, your work. People used to look at me like your work ethic is crazy,
Yeah.
and they didn't even know that
Where it came from.
once I stop working, every reality kicks in. When there's nobody in my studio, it's just me by myself. You know what I mean? So it's like that's kind of where everything kind of kicked in, right? So now
I feel you on that, because just like that Jessie Reyes song, when she does talk about, she thinks about dying every day, and the part after she talks about, and that's another reason why I work like a motherfucker, because you're trying to keep yourself busy.
correct.
So yeah.
And I think that was the biggest thing for the journey of getting here now, though, right? Because I just want to make this record clear. You know what I mean? The song Under the Graveyard describes me when I was at my lowest. It doesn't describe me now. I don't be going through that shit
Correct.
now.
We're talking about at our lowest, guys.
You know what I mean? Everything's good now, but how did it get good? How did it become good? That's the next conversation. I mean, we went through a lot. I mean, what do you feel like? And this is saying what you want, so please no filter on this.
Okay.
What do you feel like was the biggest thing so far that has made you just feel free? Like, was it something you cut off? Was it like bad habits? Was it people? Was it routines?
Yeah, I mean, me feeling free, it was cutting off friends that weren't really friends, cutting off family. Like, family can take its toll on you, man. Family could be negative too. I cut that off. And I feel like once I cut off the friends that shouldn't be there, the family that was toxic, because family and friends both can be toxic. I feel like once I did that, like I'm free. Like I'm myself. Like you either accept me and fuck with me or you don't. And I don't care if you don't.
Correct. Correct. No, that's absolutely right. And when you say family, because I feel like friends is easy to cut off, right? Depending on the friends, of course. But when you say family, like, how do you deal with that? You know what I mean? Because I've cut off family myself, but I mean, how do you deal with cutting off family? Like, is it obviously the question was, what did you have to do to feel a little more free? So do you cut off family and it instantly a relief, or?
No. Well, I can't speak for somebody else, but for me, no, I was out of it for a couple months. I cried. Went through my mourning with that, but it was something I needed and wanted for myself. Like I needed to be selfish in this moment, and you are toxic and I can't do it. I love the fuck out of you, which is why it hurt. It wasn't easy. I mean, you saw me. I was crying. I was in bed like
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, definitely. I just think that you know, I guess like to me, I feel like some people are a little different, like you said, right? I guess to me, when I cut off family, it's an instant relief for me, right? Because I would have to have gotten to a certain point, to be able to cut you off. You know what I mean? So when I do cut you off, oh shit. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm tripping. We have we have the device back there that you're looking for, and then on that top shelf in the bar area, you'll be able to find one of those cards too. So if you go right there to this bar area, my bad, y'all. I'm over here pointing right here, top shelf, top to the left, to the left, to the left. You go ahead and pick one of those, slip that in there. Yeah, I'm over here trying to put my manager on game. He over here, our photographer didn't show up today, so he got to multitask today. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. We non-scripted over here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna show you. Hey, fun fact for the people that don't know this about Gas, but my earlier years of my life, I did a lot of camera work for myself and for other artists when I was trying to come up when my music hadn't popped off yet.
And he's amazing, by the way. His photography goes fucking crazy. And don't get me started on the videos.
Yeah, I used to do a little something. I used to hit it with a little something. Let me see. Yep, I'm over here flashing. Yep, go ahead. He's over
He's
here.
all posing.
He's all
He's like, oh,
posing for the
picture me.
camera. Yeah, yeah, no. So I mean, one of the things for me is like, man, I guess it does take that, right? I mean, like you said, you come to a point where a lot of people are scared to face that, right? They're scared to face the nights crying, going through it, feeling like you missing out on something, family. But it goes back to what I said last week with El Gordo Mamon. It's the Rubik's Cube effect. Where people, you have to take that step back, right? So when you think that, okay, I'm going to cut off a family member or a friend or somebody that's close to me that I dearly love that is bad for me, I got to cut this person off. It's not going to be an immediate step forward. It's one slightly step back because you spend all this time going through it. And then once you get over it, that's when what's the proper word? Is that where you prosper? Is that
Heal.
heal? Oh shit, fuck.
You got to go through your healing. I mean, shit, I was hurt, went through my healing. I had to cry. I had to get it out. I had to get it out my system, and it gets better.
Okay, for sure. And I know you told me to remind you about like some lyrics you gotta look
Oh,
up.
yes.
'Cause,
So,
you got a little mind of a chicken. Before.
a mind of a chicken, babe?
Okay, no, hold on.
That is so
Hold on.
mean.
No, let me rephrase that. It's the memory of a chicken.
Yeah, my memory is fucked,
yeah,
but I'm
memory.
smart as fuck,
Not
too.
the mind. Yeah, not the mind of a chicken. I got you fucked up,
Yeah,
right?
you got me fucked up. I'm smart as fuck.
Okay, for sure. My bad.
My
My bad.
memory ain't there, but I keep notes for certain shit.
My bad. My bad. I apologize.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about, so one of my favorite songs
O-
to date,
Okay.
and it's
Who is it?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's you featuring Young Gully
Oh shit.
on the
Me?
Ghetto
Okay.
on the Ghetto Vato album. It's called Wake Up. And I wanted to know, so before I break down like the lyrics that I wanted to ask you about, I want to know like where were you during this song? Like where were you physically and mentally? Like where were you at? Because this song, if you guys haven't listened to it, go take a listen. It's on the Ghetto Vato album. It's called Wake Up featuring Young Gully. And this song is deep, man. Like it touches my heart. Like I don't know how else to like explain it. Like this is so heartfelt. But like that's something I want to know. Like where were you?
Now, before I answer that, what makes you ask that? Like, was there something I said or?
Well, you did say like a few things that I kind of pointed out, but this song is just so deep. And I want to know where you were at when you made this song cuz it didn't feel like a song that was just put together to make like a dope record. This is a real pain felt record. Like I felt your pain.
Damn. Um, damn. That one got me a lot way. Um, shit, you got me with that one. I think that where that song comes from is, being somewhere where you don't want to be and thinking of a place where you wish you one day will be, right? So the song is called Wake Up, where I talk about wake up, like I got dreams of like me driving foreign car with my friends and
Riding
like,
around in foreign whips.
yeah, riding around in foreign whips with my friends, like we just like beat all of our struggles. And then it talks about, but then I wake up and then I'm still in the same shit, right? And that was the reality for me though. Like I was, for one, when you say where was I was in a studio and I was living in a studio and I was in a very dark place because I was starting from scratch. I had my two boys that I wasn't able to see. So there was a time period where they were growing up without me, and then I had people around me that was doing good, people that was pulling up on me in nice ass whips, people that was living in dope ass houses, and I ain't no hater. I applaud everybody, but then I can't sit here in line like I didn't wish that that was me. You know what I mean? So there was a point in my life where I said, "Fuck." I sat there and they say manifest your shit, right? So it was a point where I like had to get to, hey, riding around in foreign whips, and at that time, I think at the time when I recorded the song, I didn't have a car. You know what I mean? Actually, when me and you started dating, I didn't have a car. We used to drive your car. So that was my manifestation right there where I talked about like I got dreams of fucking driving a fucking foreign car, living in a big ass house, me and my niggas spending money doing shit that we ain't never did before. And then fast forward today, what do I drive?
A foreign whip.
So it's like, but when you say like where was I was lost. I was
Okay.
definitely lost out there, and this is for all the people out there that are either in a very low place financially, to all the fathers out there that can't see their kids, for all the people out there that's going through any type of struggle away from family. And sometimes you just want to close your eyes and wish you was somebody somewhere else, where you kind of just put yourself somewhere else, right? Where everything's just so blank, everything's so empty, and you just put yourself there. A lot of the songs that you like used to hear, including that one, I recorded myself, right? Obviously, I had my
Yeah.
own studio, but I recorded myself. I waited till 2, 3 in the morning when nobody was around, when I was still on my shit. I was on a certain type of hype, and I used to record myself. I mean, I used to pour, I used to cry, I used to let tears fall. Like it was real, real, authentic, raw point in my life. You know what I
And
mean?
you could
So
tell because like I said, I felt that listening to the song.
yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was definitely dope. And shout out to Young Gully, man. He very carried it with me.
And so there's something in here you said, and I kind of want you to clear it up too because I'm not sure if I heard all the words correctly. But you say something about my mama know I'm still in the streets. She ain't losing sleep over stress or she was losing sleep over stress?
She losing sleep over stress.
Okay. So your mom wasn't here during that time of that song, right?
Nah, nah, nah. My mom had been. My mom moved to Texas when I was about like 15, 16. So
Okay.
like during my high school days, that's kind of where I went through my whole little like solo struggle. It was a pride thing. I didn't want to leave. I was like, I'm from Cali. My friends are here, and I low key finessed my mom. I ended up telling her I was gonna stay with one of her friends, and ended up like trying to do it on my own, and ended up sleeping in my car and shit like that. So, you know, and oh, it might have been. Matter of fact, now that you say that, it might have been she ain't losing sleep over stress. Because when I think about it, I was at a point where I didn't want to let her know I was struggling this bad.
Okay.
Because if I did tell her that I was struggling, or she even found out, she would lose sleep over stress. She'd call me 2 a.m. like, Junior, she calls me Junior, 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 question mark, question mark.
Because it did also say that she knows you're still in the streets. So is that something that she expressed to you? Did she like ask you like, "Hey, how are you? Like, what's going on?"
Nah, my mom's like, I think, my mom know what time it is with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I feel like every parent knows their kids, right? So I think my mom really knew what was up with me. My mom knew that I was living a certain life, and my mom actually until this day, right? Until this day, everything's good now. But my mom, until this day, calls me. Yo, I haven't heard from you. What's up? Things like that. So for the people that are like trying to get there, it's like for me, it was like I just didn't want my mom to know what I was going through. You know what I mean? Actually, I didn't want nobody to know what I was going through because I had people that was looking up to me. You know what I mean? When people look up to you and you want to be a boss, you want to be a leader. You know what I mean? You can't let people know that you feeling weak. You know what I mean? But for the people that noticed, even till now, when people, I mean, you my partner, so I'm sure you was there a lot of that time. But for the people that I don't know, and they bring up songs like that, it's like an immediate thank you. Like I'm glad you was there listening during those times. You know what I mean? So it's pretty dope. It's definitely pretty dope.
And you kind of answered this already, but I'm gonna say it anyways. But you spoke about your two sons, and in there you say two sons that I gotta raise, so I go to war for the check. So with that, is that during that time? Is that where you were like mostly hustling for? Was like for them?
I'm a father. I'll take it from somebody else for my kids to have it. Like that's just the reality. People could call me an asshole. People could call me whatever they want.
It's saying what
You
you
know what I
will, and
mean?
I would do the same.
I grew up and I've said this in a song that's called Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Where I talk about if it's my family or your family, it's your family. You know what I mean? If somebody got to starve, if somebody got to go, if somebody got to anything, it's you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that, and that's just me being a father. It's survival of the fittest out here. You know what I mean? You ever watch the Discovery Channel? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got some tigers and some lions, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But before we continue, you already know this episode is brought to you by El Jefe Tequila, Trap Hours merch. Make sure you get yours. If you ain't sipping El Jefe, you ain't sipping correctly. Once again, stop the video if you haven't. If you didn't earlier, you should have. Go ahead and drop a comment. Hit the
Leave
like
some
button.
hourglasses.
Leave the hourglasses. Oh, and hit the little bell thingy, the notifications. You know how them algorithms, be all funny and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the people listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, leave us a review. Hit the 5 stars. Let people know this is a podcast they want to tune into. But go ahead. Go ahead. Carry
I
on.
got two left. The other two is I'm just curious. But it says broke bitches who think they can make a nigga nut. I doubt that. So were there some broke bitches around you during this time that was trying to make you nut or what?
No, I just think that it was around the same time. So of course, the women always been around. Women still all around. You know what I mean? They,
Huh?
huh? What?
What you mean that they still around?
Wait, you said what? Oh, I said what? Never
Wait,
mind.
what?
Wait.
I don't know who said what first, but all I know is I want to know what's up?
Nah, so I mean, it goes back to like there was like I was at a point where I mean, first and foremost, I had one of the most popping motherfucking studios there was at the time.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So people used to love to come there, come to kickbacks, come to fuck with me.
I
How
bet the bitches did too.
no, the bitches do. You know what I mean? But it's just
Why
about
you keep like? What do you mean do?
cause you
Like
act.
you're using like present tense.
Nah,
What are you
look,
talking
cause you
about?
always you act okay. The reason I say do is cause things ain't never changed. Bitches want me yesterday. Bitches want me today. Bitches
Okay,
want me
but I
tomorrow.
thought you were talking about like bitches in the studio or something, like they being in the studio, because as far as I know, there hasn't been any in the studio.
No. I was talking about the studio days. Chill the fuck out. See, you putting words in my mouth. Putting words in my mouth.
All right,
So
go
look,
on.
so look, it goes down to like me going through the struggle that I was going through, and then females trying to hop in my DMs, message me, trying to fuck with me, and you might get a little attention from me, you might get a little response, but
Hard eyes.
at the end of the day, broke bitches think they can make a nigga nut, but I doubt that because at that time I was struggling so hard that it's like, bitch, unless you coming with a check, I really don't got time for you. No offense, no disrespect, none of that, but that's really what it is. I need a check to change my life right now. I need a check to be able to do this for my kids, to provide for myself, to change my whole life 360. Pussy ain't gonna do that shit. You know what I mean? Bruh, that's the reality of the shit. I might pop a little one or two and then come down to my senses.
Like back then?
Huh?
Like back then?
Back then what? Hoes didn't want me?
No,
Now I'm
like
hot, they all on me?
no, babe.
What
Talking
do you
about like back then, you say you might pop one or two and then come to your senses. You came to your senses like then, or are you still talking about?
Nah, I
now?
still come to my senses now. Like,
So what do you mean you still come to your senses now? What are you talking about?
but you be confusing me with
No,
these
you
questions.
confuse me because you're talking about popping other bitches and then you came to your senses. So you're talking about you be popping bitches now?
I just said pop one or two.
Okay, so are you?
I still
so
like
are
my
so
girls
are
in
you?
twos.
Okay, but are you popping one or two right now and coming to your senses? Because as far as I know, we ain't fucking nobody right now.
Nah. Of course we ain't right now. We on a fucking podcast. Crazy ass.
You know
Look,
what? I'm gonna just move on to the next
go
one.
on to the next one because you confusing me. The viewers and the listeners.
You are not
probably-
confused. You just don't want to talk about it, but
Look.
we're going to talk about it after the show.
Go-
Okay, last one. You say, until then, real trap hours with my bitch. Now, what bitch is this that you speak of? Was this a metaphor or was it like an actual bitch?
Nah. That was my Glock that I was talking about. I'm gonna
okay.
keep it real. That was just me and my bitch.
Saying what you want for real.
Yeah, it was just me and my motherfucking pistol, nigga, to my name. Just me living the life that I was living. Just real trap hours, my bitch. But
Okay, I figured, but I had to ask.
that's good that you asked that because let me just put this out to the people that do listen to me. The words and the lines are made for you to orchestrate them however you want, and you digest them however you want. So maybe it is their real trap hours with their bitch. You feel me? Their girl, and I like to have those lines that can be taken either way. But the way that I meant it, it was just
And this is during that time when you...
me and my Uzi, my Nina. Nah. That's a great job, right? Nah.
Right.
Nah. Like, oh shit, embarrassing you a little bit?
No,
Nah,
never.
but I mean, shit, man. I'm glad you tuned into that, because I didn't even know you listened to me like that.
Of course I do.
I
I
didn't know.
love you.
I know, but so just because you fucking love me, don't mean that you supposed to be a fan. Like, is that a hold on? Is that a thing though? I just like now that we should talk about that right quick.
Okay.
Is that a thing? Like, just because you're my partner, are you supposed to be my fan? Like, you're supposed to be a supporter,
Yes.
right? So even if I suck, you're supposed to hold me down. You know what I mean? Or tell me that I suck. However, but are you supposed to be like a real fan though? Like, just because we're partners, are you supposed to like slap me when I'm not around? I don't feel like
I
it.
don't feel like
I don't think-
somebody's wrong if they're not like a fan of your music.
like, my niggas suck.
No, but or maybe that's just not their genre of music, but they support you in that genre that you're doing. I really like rock. You'll hear me listening to rock more, but I for sure have your songs in there. And I for sure have my favorites.
Damn, I didn't know that, to be honest with you.
And once again, you guys, go to the Ghetto Vato album. Check out Wake Up featuring Young Gully and you guys are gonna like it.
Well, now that you talking about music, it's a perfect time to let everybody know about the Quarter Soups and Sugar Water 2 album that's about to come
Yes.
out, right? Because before the Ghetto Vato album, actually the Young Gully song was not meant for the Ghetto Vato album. The Young Gully song was actually meant for the Quarter Soups and Sugar Water album, right? The Quarter Soups and Sugar Water album is the whole project that I recorded while living in my studio. So all those are recorded in real time. The struggles were in real time. Now the Young Gully song ended up on the Ghetto Vato album because we hadn't finalized it by the time that I released Quarter Soups and Sugar Water. So when I put Ghetto Vato, I recorded half of that in the new studio, and then I had my hard drive of all these gems.
You
And
still have those
and
gems that
and
he don't want to put
I
out.
don't. But it was the Wake Up was one of those songs that was on there and was like, damn, it didn't make it on the last album. We cannot just have this sitting in the hard drive.
Yeah.
So I put it out. We put it out. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a good time. I will say that. But Quarter Soups and Sugar Water 2, it's a brand new project that I got coming out. I'm working on it. I take it back to my struggle, back to my roots. It's exactly what it sounds like, Quarter Soups and Sugar Water. Back when I was coming up, for the people that don't understand, with sugar water, we didn't have juice. Straight up. So we put fucking sugar in our water. You know what I mean? Because I should do that to my daughter. My daughter don't like, Amina.
Yeah.
Amina don't like no fucking water. She be
Yeah.
like, man, she be
I
tasting
know
that
she be
shit.
tasting like it's disgusting or something.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. But we do have we got about 5 minutes left. So is there anything else you want to throw in there by chance?
Um,
Any advice for the people trying to evolve?
I mean, do what you need to do to evolve. If you know you got some ain't shit friends, then you know what you need to do. You know you got some family that's holding you back, you know what you need to do.
Try new things too, man, because unfortunately we ain't got enough time to talk about it in depth. But one of the things that worked for me was I grew up Catholic. You
As
know what I
did I. I
mean?
did my
And
first communion and everything.
yeah, exactly. Same here. So I grew up Catholic. My parents used to make me go to church. They used to try to force me to understand what this whole religion thing was. No offense to anybody that is religious. Shout out to all the religions. Anybody, whatever your belief is. Over the years, though, for me, what has helped me a lot is I tried something new. We tried something new, and it was more of the spiritual journey, the mind, right? Where you control yourself, you control your outcome. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Your mentality is everything, right? So I know some people have seen as well, like the sage, fucking around and stuff like that. But it's real though. When I was younger, I used to try to like, damn, I gotta be Catholic, I gotta be Catholic. But when I started trying something new, it's just what works for you. This is what been
Yeah.
working for me. These are the type of things that can, help me in the morning. And for anybody that's currently going through some depression, man, make sure you check on your people, please.
Yes.
The shit is real. Mental health is real. And, anybody out there that's going through something like, man, you want to be productive, but it just ain't coming out. I've been working on a trick for a couple years now it's tricking your mind.
Yeah.
I'm weird, right? When I wake up, I literally I got my clothes laid out a certain way. My hygiene is all lined up. I know what I'm going to do for the day. It's just about tricking your mind some way. I don't know. It sounds weird, but I'm sure everybody got their own way of tricking their mind, going to the gym, whatever it is. But if you already wake up on on the wrong side of the bed and feel funny, try something new. Switch it up. If they always tell me if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, fix
Fix
it.
And we might have to talk about this on another podcast, but just really quick. I know we got only a couple minutes, but to all my women out there, take some time and date yourself. I mean, get to really know yourself. What do you like to do? Take
Play with
yourself out.
yourself.
I didn't say that, but you could do that too. If you
Oh,
want.
okay. That's what I meant.
But no, like really take that time.
Not on the
and
first date, though.
really take that time and date yourself. But I might save this for the next podcast. I think it'd be really great to talk about. But yeah, take that time to really get to know yourself.
Definitely. And if you're watching this, please, I encourage you guys, drop a comment. One more time, drop a comment. we are giving away the Trap Hours canvas. Oh, let me flip this thing around. Trap Hours canvas. This is going to one lucky winner. All you gotta do is drop a comment. Hit the like button. Hit the bell too for the notifications because we will be picking the winner on the next podcast as we did today with the street signs. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Once again, drop a comment please on YouTube. Make sure you share our podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend all about the podcast. Tell your boyfriend about it. Tell your girlfriend about it. Invite your friends over. Have a little smoke sessions to our stuff. But hey, I really appreciate today's conversation.
Me too.
Besides that, you already know what it is, man. I'm Baby Gas.
And I'm Mrs. Trap Hours.
And you tuned in to Saying What You Want podcast. Let's go.